Hello, Rob here from the Flanagan Homestead. Today I want to talk about buying my new wood log splitter and how I'm going to set it up to make it a little bit easier for me. Hopefully there's not too much road noise. It is a hot day on a Saturday, so there's going to be a lot of people heading up to the lakes and the reservoirs up just past my house. So you can see some of the wood here. I've been experimenting with splitting it. It's been going really well. I'm happy with my splitter, but you can see it's still fairly new. I'm just today taking some of the price tags off. I bought a Champion 34-ton wood splitter from Home Depot, and why I bought that? Very simply, accessibility. It may be great, it may not be. We'll soon find out as I put hours and hours on this thing. But I bought it, you know, my boys, not knowing what to get me many times for Father's Day or Christmas or birthday or whatever, will give me Home Depot gift certificates. This was being sold at Home Depot. I have hundreds of dollars of Home Depot gift certificates, so essentially I got this at a big discount. That is essentially why I chose to buy this Champion. They had 27-ton and 34-ton. I was wondering what I needed, but I went through a log splitting chart. They have charts there, and I do have a fair amount of maple or hardwood that's bigger than 30 inches diameter, and it's got some knots in it. And so looking at those charts, I definitely wanted to have over a 30-ton wood splitter to help pop through those things. So that's what I'm going to do. You've all seen, we tried to load it up. My pickup sits pretty high, and Home Depot said, oh, we have some ramps, and they were really steep ramps. And this young gentleman's like, I can run it up there. I'm standing there going, having done this many times, like, you have no chance. I didn't say it out loud. And he tried, and then we tried. Usually, even in those parking lots, I can find a dip or whatnot, and I can put my back wheel in the dip, and then the racks on the rise, and even just a slight angle change makes a huge difference. But it was just a flat parking lot. So finally I brought my racks out, which were a little bit longer, changed the angles, just a few degrees makes a huge difference, and then we got 3 of us to push it on up there. But it was still quite the challenge. We almost stalled out. My son's here to help me get it out. Getting it out is obviously going to be easier. I parked on a low spot, angled up. We'll have the ramps, it'll be more gradual, and gravity's going to help take it down. We're just going to guide it. Ready? Get a little feel for it. I got resistance here too. How are we doing? Doing good. Good. Let it start going. There we go. Easy day. You've all seen wood splitters. I'm not going to go through the different features. They're all pretty much the same. But the one thing that I'm going to do really differently here that a lot of people don't do, and I know that I could do this because I have an excavator, and I know not everybody has that ability, but my back cannot handle leaning over, working on a wood splitter and logs on the ground all day long. It's just, I've had back issues since I was in middle school. Not major issues, but stuff that just tends to flare up. So some people don't like sitting, some people don't like standing for their back, but I know a lot of people that do wood splitter they just get a stump and sit on it and do it from there. That's just too much bending over for me. So I do much better standing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my excavator and just dig a trench coming out this way, and then I can walk back down into it, and I'm probably going to put it just 2.5 feet deep or so, and that will allow me to stand and roll the logs around and stand upright, split them here, flip them off over here, and it's still easy to step up out of and get more logs. It's also easy. I'm gonna, with my excavator, stack a lot of logs around nearby, and then I can go in and use the excavator, or use the log splitter that way. All right, let's try my splitter in the trench that I created to stand in and see if it's the right height. I got a maple here, pretty good size with a big old knot on it. We'll give it a try. I'm gonna go start up this machine. It hasn't been started in a couple days, so it'll be a cold start. See how it goes. Let it warm up just a little bit before I start running it though. So my semi-permanent wood splitting spot is done. I have a hole here that's probably a little over 2 feet deep. And one thing I did to finalize this is I put this 2x, it's actually thicker than 2x, it's rough sawn, probably 2.5 inches thick by about 8 inches thick. I put this board in front of the splitter and on the edge of the hole, and now I can roll out rounds of wood on this and it'll fit in there nicely. And then it doesn't, as I'm working the logs around, I'm not rounding off the edge of the hole, sloughing it off, and the logs are wanting to fall in here. So this is going to be nice and permanent. These rounds of wood on either side are not here to hold it down. They're just getting ready to cut. But I dug this into the dirt right here so I could slide rounds in here, split them up really good. This edge is going to stay permanent and we can rock out a lot of logs. There you have it, my champion 34-ton splitter in place that I bought recently from Home Depot. I've split some nice big rounds of hardwood with knots in it. It's doing great. And so we're going to keep churning out firewood and making money in our firewood stand and keeping the house warm. Thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching and cleaning horticulture is my job, and outdoor projects are my passion. Hope to see you again soon. Be blessed, everyone.